Welcome to Cooking for Baby and Me. Today's featured ingredient is mushrooms, and we'll be making ricotta and mushroom chips and salmon with mushroom sauce and pickled mushrooms.
So what we need is a couple
These mushrooms look beautiful. They're so big.
And you can use any kind, like, these are shiitakes. I like these a lot.
So do you use the stems of the mushrooms, or do you discard them?
Yeah, for this I do.
Mushrooms are very high in vitamin D, which...
Absolutely, which helps with your bone and teeth health, and it also helps your immune system. It's the only non-animal source of vitamin D.
And it's so important to get your vitamin D in the wintertime when you're not outside as much.
Right.
My kids always have that problem. They're always low in vitamin D in the winter, so introducing mushrooms into their diet is a great way to
get that extra vitamin into there.
So you just put in some chopped onions.
Yep.
And there was a little bit of olive oil inside the pot.
Yes.
And that's
then
garlic.
So give
Smells
that
good.
little bit of caramelization is nice with this because with the mushrooms, and it gives it like that little bit of a nutty flavor to it.
So that was really easy. All you're doing is halving or quartering the mushrooms and throwing them in.
Can season it a little bit. I always like to season it in the beginning.
So now you're adding some water.
Just enough water. And we're going to work on our pickling liquid first. So we have equal amount champagne vinegar and sugar there. And also an equal amount of water as well. And basically all we're looking for is just to get that just diluted.
Okay.
Okay. So we got some caraway seed. Got some coriander. I always like red pepper, a little kick in it. It's fun.
I love these recipes because it introduces spices that you might not necessarily use in your everyday cooking. So
and you can help develop your child's palate by introducing all these different flavors.
Right.
Exactly. So you're just slicing those.
So we have our pickling liquid itself. Again, a little bit of salt in there. So that's basically all you want to do is just dilute the sugar. Okay. After that, we're just going to throw these in here. Once you do this, then you can just put them in your refrigerator, let it cool and put it in your refrigerator.
And you leave it for about how long?
Yeah, about overnight, about 12 hours,
Okay. And at what age can you introduce mushrooms to your kids?
About 6 months.
6 months?
It's typically one of the earlier foods. And like we said before, you want to just present one variety at a time. Give it about a week. Aside from the vitamin D, it also has it's a good source of protein, iron, and potassium, and it has selenium in it, which is a great antioxidant.
All right, so what are we doing over here?
This, we're going to get some oil hot, and the last thing we're going to do is make the chips. We're going to get this salmon started. We're going to let this sear on all sides and then pull it off, and then we're going to make our salad.
So how do you know when that's ready?
Just you want it to be tender. We're going to puree it. Let's do some chips. You want these as thin as you can get them.
Okay. All right, so you're just throwing them in.
Getting them nice and crispy.
You're going to fry up.
Mix this, get this working. Take some
Nice
ricotta
cheese.
Oh, it's like ice cream. So we're going to mix this together. When you're making chips and things like that, they're basically getting dehydrated.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. The oil I actually like to keep because this actually turns into mushroom oil. So you cool it down and you can use it like over pasta or something like that.
Oh, that's
such a great idea.
You can dip them and you can kind of play with them however you like. So we pull them out of the
so
broth.
those have been in this fridge for overnight.
And actually, the pickling juice itself
makes for a nice salad dressing.
Yeah. We have our nice caramelized
Top with your salmon.
It's great.
That looks great, fabulous. These chips look great. Grab one and dip.
Yeah, just grab them and dip.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The flavor of the mushrooms gets condensed as well as it dehydrates.
Really good.
Mushrooms.
So good.